Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some pretty big Jurassic World Dominion reveals for all of you monster and dinosaur fans. I say monster because same guys who like the Monsterverse tend to really like the dinosaur movies. I mean, I'm one of you guys, so don't hate. But yeah, pretty big reveals here, and it's not just this. Obviously, you read this and you go, we're going back to Isla Sorna. We're going back to Site B. That's epic. That's big. Right, but it's more than just that as well. There's also some news on how they're shooting, how they're dealing with coronavirus, a socially distant set, and things like that. So we'll get into this, and then we'll kind of expand outwards from there and tie it up with the other bits of news. Now, again, some of this news isn't like fresh. It's a few days, like 2 days old. But it's best to kind of compile it into one video, so I hope you understand. But let's dive right into it. I don't know what that accent was, but let's go, right? So, Jurassic World Dominion could be returning to a key location. I mean, it's either going to be returning to the key location, right? Which will be fascinating to see. Because, you know, we saw the original park actually finally being a park, right? In Jurassic World. And that was nice to see. Sequels and things like that didn't do so well. You know, it is what it is. But it was still nice to see. It'd be really fascinating to see what Site B is doing now. Right? It'd be really fascinating. So I really hope we go there. I really hope it is in the movie. So here we go, right? Director Colin Trevorrow submitted a photo of a prop to Jurassic Outpost. Now that's a fairly large Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, whatever you want to call it now. I guess whatever the franchise is. Fan website. It's a big forum. They post news articles and things like that. They're a good website. They are actually genuinely quite good. But here we go. The prop is an INGEN cold storage crate used for keeping dinosaur embryos chilled and preserved. Here's the image. I mean, it looks like it would be in well, I'd say, yeah, liquid nitrogen, isn't it? Liquid nitrogen, gloves, and face shield required. Caution, severe cold. And we've still got it there. INGEN. They are still roaming around. Now, it's not just this that I think is fascinating here. One, you've clearly got a checklist, so they are in a lab of some description, right? It's either, you know, they're taking note of these coming through, or they're going to check them off, which egg is which embryo is which. But then also, if we start to come to the back here, what's this? What is this? It seems to be a fossil on the wall, doesn't it? Now, my knowledge of dinosaurs, not the best, but, and I'm going to say something here that might sound a bit dumb, but it's definitely a fossil, isn't it? Now, it could either be a skull, right, without the teeth, and I know that sounds a bit far-fetched, I get it, or potentially, and again, I'm going to sound way off base here, maybe one of those, like, paddles, because I think they had bones in them, didn't they? Of the I can't remember the dinosaur, but it was one of the amphibian well, it was one of the amphibious-based reptiles, I guess. But it's great. I love it. I think it's awesome. Cool. What does this open up to us? Well, Site B. I mean, it's Isla Sorna, isn't it? What could we do there? So much, so much. But also, why? Why would you go there? Jurassic World Dominion was said to be, you know, dinosaurs on the loose. Why would we be back at Isla Sorna? What's the purpose? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Genuinely, like, what would be the reason from a narrative perspective to go back to Isla Sorna when we've already learned that we're progressing on with dinosaurs in the wild, facing off against humans, and people trying to coexist with them? What do you think? What do you think the offshot of that is? Because to me, I've got no idea. I think it's either going to be a tease for a future movie, or maybe the Netflix series, potentially. But it is fascinating. Now, it goes on to say that comes with its own implications, but there is more. On the container is the very clear marking that reads Site B Isla Sorna, which, yes, I think a few things here. InGen, clearly they were never going to go away, were they? Let's be honest. Why would they be going away? They're still going to be here. Now, there's no incubation stuff here. This just looks to be a lab, obviously. But InGen, of course, they weren't going to be going away. You know, are we going to get Dr. Was it Dr. Wu? Can't remember what his name was. It was either played by an actor named Wu, or his name was Dr. Wu. I can't remember. But you know what I mean. You know the chap that I'm referring to. Are we going to get him coming back? Maybe. I'd love to see him come back. He was a villain with a lot of conviction, wasn't he? He truly believed he was doing the right thing. He believed in his own actions. And that's a fascinating villain, in my eyes. Now, this suggests that the characters in Dominion will visit Isla Sorna again, or have to deal with dinos from the island. Both prospects have fans excited. Site B on Isla Sorna was where all the real magic that created dinosaurs happened before they were shipped to Isla Nublar for exhibit in the park. But that's interesting, because it didn't seem to really have that going on in Jurassic World. Because, well, they didn't really. They were still... I mean, we had... Yeah, they still seemed to be sort of nurturing them and prepping them for then the release in the Jurassic Park, didn't they? Now, Site B on Isla Sorna was where all the real magic happened, blah, blah, blah. Sorna abandoned after a hurricane. It was calculated the dinosaurs there would die without regular lysine injections, since John Hammond's project and infrastructure went up in smoke as of the first film. Now, the creatures, finding adequate lysine and substituting nutrients in the local plant life, managed to survive, and Hammond decided to let them roam free, with no fences and in a natural habitat. In the Lost World, obviously that's where it was, that epic opening scene of that tragic for that girl. That will stay with me forever. And then obviously we had the Spinosaurus, right? And that's what we're thinking. That seems to be what a lot of people... are kind of pointing to. Are we going to get the Spinosaurus coming back? Now, the Spinosaurus is where the intrigue enters. The beast sat out Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom, cheating viewers of an eagerly awaited rematch with the Tyrannosaurus, a species he soundly defeated in Jurassic Park 3. And that's the other thing, right? You could get Rexy going up against the Spinosaurus. Maybe. But again, what purpose would that serve? Maybe they're in Site B. Maybe. So here's my prediction, right? Here's my prediction. Site B comes into play because InGen is running Site B. The dinosaurs are roaming loose. So just like we do with natural habitats, we introduce a predator to take down and control the species. Maybe they want to get rid of the Tyrannosaurus Rex so they get the Spinosaurus back. I don't know. But it is interesting, isn't it? So there you go. What do you think? What's your hot prediction? Isla Sorna? Site B? I love the idea. I genuinely really, really do. I'm bang up for that. I think that's great. Now, the other bits and pieces of news. Nothing too crazy or hectic here, guys. Basically, we're, just some images of people, being all corona clad, I guess. Vacuum sealed meals were provided by masked workers standing behind plastic partitions in the takeout only cafeteria. That's sad, isn't it? For Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and all of our actors, they were very cautious. Colin Trevorrow explains. He's explaining how they're shooting the movie in coronavirus, I guess. But knowing that we would all be safe together is what really moved the needle. If they hadn't been willing to come, nothing would have happened. We rehearse on Sundays, and every scene that we're going to shoot that week, we work dialogue together. All of those questions that usually come up on set, why would my character say this? All of that is addressed before. In order to get any of us on a plane, we had to thoroughly understand the protocols, who was involved, and hear second and third opinions. We are the guinea pigs who are going to take the leap. They're not really, in fairness. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of things shooting. I mean, The Witcher's shooting. The Witcher Season 2 is shooting. But this was fascinating. Again, just the fact that they are the ones shooting here. They believe that they are the guinea pigs. They believe that they are the ones doing their sort of, coronavirus, post-coronavirus, or, in coronavirus world to make the film. This, in fairness, right, a socially distant set is definitely possible. But he doesn't look to be very socially distant, does he now? No, he does not. Camera equipment and things like that can be, absolutely, because they can literally just work on machines nowadays. They don't have to be operated by anyone in particular. But it's a shame, isn't it? Like actors and things like that. This is the sorry state of the world in this day and age. It is a shame. It'll be interesting to see how things move forwards and kind of, whether, well, whether it's any good and whether this affects movies moving forwards. But there you go. Bit of Jurassic World Dominion news, Site B. Ooh, the intrigue. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Thank you all so much. Take care.